moment later, only a few bones remained of the men in the lead. After absorbing them, Diluit was satisfied. It had been a long time since he had been this full. He then hissed at the remaining men, "Gentlemen, wash your necks clean and wait for me to come and reap them." Suddenly, he froze. This scent. It's the smell of food from the Van Sect's cafeteria. Are these guys from the Van Sect? Meanwhile, the others recklessly charged forward, shouting, "These distracted. Fight him with everything you've got." Elsewhere, a foot stepped quietly. It was Tu's disciples who had successfully hidden. Luckily, they retreated just in time while he was busy enjoying himself with his eyes closed, so he likely didn't see them. Even a martial emperor expert couldn't withstand his devouring ability, and they were no match for him either. Send word to the sect master and let him decide. Suddenly, the guy next to him was completely spaced out. "Oh crap, junior brother." Then Iron Face also fell into a daze. "What's happening?" Suddenly, "I'm so sleepy." A figure of unknown species appeared and crowed. "I originally thought this Vantine sect was just a front set up by the Martyr Gate, but seeing that the Vantine sect has martial emperor level opponents like you, it seems they real were hiding the true strength. It looks like my third brother is indeed being held at the Vantine sect. Kid, stop fighting the sleepiness. This isn't something a mere martial emperor can resist." Iron Face tried to stay awake by stabbing himself with a knife. He then struggled to send a telepathic message to the sect. "The Vantine sect has been attacked. The enemy possesses powerful hypnosis abilities. Stabbing your own palm to force yourself to stay awake, what a tough guy. Unfortunately, the difference in our strength is like heaven and earth." As for Diluit, he had just finished devouring another member of the Martyr Gate. His defense is normal. He's definitely not from the Van sect, but that scent just now was so distinct. Could it be that I'm just craving the food from the Van sect too much? The two remaining men immediately became guarded, thinking, the technique this guy is using is clearly from a demonic sect. Could this Vantine sect share the same origins as our demonic cult? The two of them launched a combined attack. The evil dragon break. It looked like a tadpole. Diluit scoffed, "Something so ugly dares to be called a dragon." As he spoke, he opened his maw and swallowed it whole. Holy crap, he actually swallowed it. That was the strongest combined technique the two of us had. Immediately after, Diluit opened his mouth, preparing to spit it back. Take this." Soul Dragon Break. Just as things were hanging by a thread, a hand reached out. It blocked this entire glob of phlegm from Diluit. It was a goat-headed man from Orlia, who looked over in shock and said, "How can you humans possibly be a match for our toxic beasts? If I weren't showing respect to the Martyr Gate, I wouldn't have bothered standing against our beast tribe." The other two were baffled and asked, "Beast? The beast tribe?" "That's right. From his techniques, I'm 70% sure of it. From the very beginning, I knew you weren't human. Devouring heaven and earth, absorbing spiritual energy, you are indeed the ancient beast, Pixu." Hearing this, his nephew Dilu was also completely dumbfounded. That guy continued his nonsense. For even an ancient variant like you to willingly act as a gatekeeper for the Sacred Spring sect, it seems this sect truly holds secrets that I cannot see through. Since you are here, I don't want to kill our own kind. Just hand over my third brother, and I will let bygones be bygones. I can also guarantee that the Demon Emperor sect won't make things difficult for you anymore. Besides, being a gatekeeper for humans isn't free enough. If you agree, come to Spirit Crossing Valley, and I, Tsai Yuan, will reserve the position of fourth chief for you. Holy shit, what the hell is this guy with the extra bone on his head blabbering about? What third brother? What fourth chief? I have no idea what you're talking about, but the spiritual energy on you is the densest I've ever seen. I'll take your cultivation. On this path of cultivation, I have always defeated the strong as the weak, and you will be no exception. Tsai, I spoke so politely because the Pixu bloodline is incredibly rare and worth my investment, but right now you are still too weak, completely unable to compare to your ancestors. Then he cast, the Cry of the Deer. Immediately, the entire surrounding space seemed to fall into a deep trance. Dailu also completely passed out. Everyone in the sect has fallen asleep. Sigh, it seems I'll have to find my third brother myself after all. How troublesome. Instantly, Van Duing and Dark Heidi closed in from behind him with a combined sword strike. Once you're dead, there won't be any more trouble. Biv, how dare you harm the people of the Windu sect, you deserve to die. Yet he's completely off guard. It seems he's extremely confident in his Cry of the Deer technique. We also have to thank the sect master for giving us these things called headphones. Suddenly, a tender voice called out, Van Duing, Van Duing, Van Duing. Bah. This voices. Van Duing turned around, overjoyed. Sister Zyror, is that you? But when he turned around, holy crap, it was that clown in an ultra-curvy, voluptuous form, swaying and calling, Ahar Van Duing, I miss you so much, Bahar. Having his eyes completely blinded by the sight, Van Duing cried out, motherfucker. What kind of monster are you? I don't want to cross swords.